Hello and welcome back to After Work English. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Jake. Come in, sit down, breathe out a little. If your day has been busy, confusing, boring, beautiful, or just strangely long, you are in exactly the right place.
Today we're talking about something simple but surprisingly important. How to talk about your day in English in a natural way.
Yes, not in the I woke up at 7:03, then I brushed my teeth, then I stared into the fridge kind of way.
Unless the fridge stared back. Then that is a bigger story.
That becomes a different episode.
But really, many learners can describe a day in correct English, and that is already good. The problem is that it can sound a little stiff, a little too exact, or a little like a homework diary.
Right. It sounds like a report instead of a real conversation.
So in this episode, we'll help you sound more relaxed, more human, and more natural when you talk about your day. We'll show you how people really do this, with feelings, small details, and simple phrases you can actually use.
If you're around B1 to B2, you're in a good place for this one. Some parts may feel a little fuller, but you do not need every word to stay with us.
Just follow the main idea first. And if you want more later, come back and listen again.
And if you want to practice with us later, you can leave one honest sentence in the comments. It can be very simple. My day has been quiet. I've been rushing around. Nothing special happened, but I'm tired. That already works.
Yes, one honest sentence is enough to start. You do not need a perfect story. You just need a real one.
That's the whole spirit today. Real, not perfect.
Let's begin with a very common learner habit. Someone asks, "How was your day?" And the learner thinks, "Oh no, I must explain every part of the timeline."
From sunrise to toothpaste to lunch to email to bus stop to the final noodle.
Exactly. But natural conversation usually does not work like a security camera. It works more like a few highlights, or a weather report, or a little movie trailer.
That's a useful image. Your day is not CCTV footage. It's a short trailer. You choose a mood, a few moments, and one or two details.
So instead of saying, "I woke up at 7, then I ate eggs, then I went to work, then I had a meeting," you might say, "My morning was a bit rushed. I overslept, grabbed a quick breakfast, and spent the first hour trying to wake up."
That sounds much more natural already. It has shape. It has feeling. It sounds like a person speaking, not a robot giving evidence.
A good shortcut is this. When you talk about your day, start with the feeling. Then add one or two moments. Then maybe say why the day felt that way.
Feeling, moments, reason. Nice and simple.
For example, today was pretty full. I had back-to-back meetings, skipped a proper lunch, and by the evening, I was completely drained.
Drained is a nice word here. It means very tired, like your energy has gone out of you. Like the battery sign on your phone when it turns red and you suddenly become respectful.
Very respectful. Suddenly, you close all your apps and whisper, "Please survive."
That is me every day at 4 p.m. And also emotionally sometimes.
Another example. It was a slow day, actually. I worked from home, answered a few messages, and eased into the afternoon.
Eased into means you moved into something gently, without pressure. Not with speed, not with panic. Softly.
And that's important too. A natural description of your day does not need drama. Calm days are real days. Boring days are real days. Soft days count.
I'm glad you said that, because learners sometimes think a good answer must be exciting. But native speakers often say things like, "Honestly, not much happened," or "It was pretty uneventful," or "Just a normal workday."
Yes, Uneventful means nothing big happened. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes uneventful is peaceful.
Sometimes uneventful is the dream.
Let's make this more real with a mini story. Imagine your friend asks, "How's your day going?" at around lunchtime.
You could say, "It's been one of those days."
I love that phrase.
Me too. It means the day has been difficult, messy, or annoying, but in a very ordinary human way. Maybe not a disaster. Just one problem, then another, then another.
Then you can add a detail. It's been one of those days. I spilled coffee in the morning, missed my train, and I've been trying to catch up ever since.
Catch up is very useful. It means you are trying to return to the right place after falling behind.
Maybe you were late. Maybe your work piled up. Maybe your brain started the day 10 minutes after the rest of you.
That happens. The body is at the desk, but the mind is still in bed, wearing a blanket.
Very true. Now listen to how natural this sounds. It's been one of those days. I started behind and I've been catching up all afternoon.
Short, clear, and real.
Here's another lunchtime example, but with a different mood. It's been nice, actually. Busy, but good. I got a lot done this morning, and now I finally have a quiet moment.
That feels balanced. Not too formal, not too textbook. Also, finally have a quiet moment is a phrase many people use because it shows contrast. The day was active, and now there is a pause.
That pause matters in speech. Natural speech often includes contrast. Busy, but good. Quiet, but productive. Ordinary, but satisfying.
Let's talk about why this matters so much for learners. I think many people learn English by studying full grammar patterns, which is useful. But then in real life, they keep trying to build every sentence from the ground up.
Yes, and that can make speech feel heavy. Natural conversation often uses ready-made pieces, small chunks, phrases you can trust.
Things like, "My morning was a bit rushed. The afternoon dragged. I had a lot on my plate. Nothing too exciting, to be honest."
The afternoon dragged means it felt slow and long.
Painfully long, sometimes. The kind of long where 3:17 feels like it should already be 6:40.
We all know that hour.
We do.
Here's a good way to think about it. When you describe your day, you are not listing events. You are giving your listener a feeling map.
That is lovely. A feeling map.
You can start with the overall mood. Then choose a few points on the map. Morning, lunch, evening. Or one moment that stands out. Or a small surprise. Or a tiny frustration.
Let me give an example from my real-life style. If someone asks about my day, I probably wouldn't say, "At 8 o'clock I read email, at 9 o'clock I had coffee." I'd say, "The morning was a little chaotic, but it settled down. I had too many messages at first, then things got smoother after lunch."
That sounds very natural. Chaotic is a slightly stronger word, but easy to understand. It means very busy and a little out of control.
And settled down means it became calmer.
Perfect. Notice how Jake did not tell us everything. He gave us the shape of the day.
Yes, because in conversation, people usually want the shape, not the spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet can stay in the office.
Please.
Let's try a different real-life scene. You get home and someone asks, "How was your day?"
That question often invites something warmer and a bit more reflective.
Exactly. You might say, "It was okay, actually. A little all over the place, but not bad. I had a stressful morning, but the evening has been much calmer."
All over the place is great. It means messy, disorganized, or hard to control.
And it's wonderfully flexible. Your schedule can be all over the place. Your desk can be all over the place. Your thoughts can be all over the place.
My haircut in 2009 was all over the place.
Brave of you to admit that publicly.
Time has healed me.
Another home example could be, it was a good day, actually. Nothing dramatic happened, but I felt focused, and that felt nice.
I really like that one. It shows something important. The value of a day is not only in big events. Sometimes the best thing you can say is, I felt focused, or I felt calmer than usual, or I handled things better today.
That kind of sentence builds self-trust. And self-trust matters in language learning, too. You learn to notice your real life and talk about it simply.
Let's give a mini story from your side, Sophie. Imagine you had a very normal day. How would you tell me about it naturally?
I might say, it was a fairly quiet day. I worked from home, did a few small tasks, and took a walk in the afternoon. Nothing big happened, but I liked the pace of it.
That sounds calm and real. Also, I liked the pace of it is a beautiful phrase. It means the speed and rhythm of the day felt right.
Yes, you can talk about your day through pace, not only events. Fast, slow, heavy, light, smooth, interrupted.
Interrupted is useful too. My day kept getting interrupted. That means you could not stay focused because people, messages, or problems kept appearing.
And if you want to sound even more natural, add one tiny concrete detail. Just one.
Tiny details do a lot of work.
They do. For example, it was a quiet day. I worked from home, took a walk in the afternoon, and bought strawberries on the way back.
Immediately better. Suddenly I can see the day.
Exactly. A small detail makes the day feel lived in.
Lived in is a nice phrase too. It means real, comfortable, full of actual life.
Let's tell another mini story. This time, a day that started badly but improved.
My favorite kind.
You could say, honestly, the morning was rough. I was running late, I forgot my charger, and I felt stressed before the day had really started. But it got better in the afternoon, and I'm ending the day in a much better mood.
That is such a useful pattern. Bad start, better middle, calmer ending. It gives movement.
Yes, movement matters. Many natural descriptions of a day include change. At first I felt this, then later it shifted.
Here's another version. I woke up in a bad mood, but the day turned around. I had a good conversation at lunch, finished one thing that had been hanging over me, and I feel lighter now.
Hanging over me means something was worrying you or waiting for you.
Like a cloud over your head.
Exactly. That kind of image helps memory too. Learners remember phrases better when they can picture them.
Let's pause on that. If you want to sound natural in English, do not only learn single words. Learn small, living phrases. A bit rushed. Nothing special. One of those days. I'm finally winding down.
Winding down is another phrase we should keep. It means relaxing slowly at the end of the day.
The opposite of launching into 10 new tasks at 10 p.m., which some of us should perhaps stop doing.
Some of us are not ready for that conversation.
Fair.
Now, what if your day was busy, but you don't want to explain every task?
Very relatable.
You can say, it was pretty packed. Packed means very full. Then add one or two examples. I had meetings most of the morning. Then I was answering messages all afternoon. So I'm glad the day is over.
Or, today was full on. That phrase is a bit more informal and it means intense and busy.
Yes, though if that phrase feels less natural for you, pretty packed or really busy is perfectly good.
I want to say something important here. Natural does not mean complicated. Sometimes learners think natural English must be full of advanced words. Not true.
Very true. Natural English is often simple English used with the right rhythm and the right chunks.
For example, busy day, but good. That's natural.
I've been running around all day. Natural.
Nothing exciting, to be honest. Natural.
I'm tired, but in a good way. Very natural.
I love that one because it tells us something emotional. Tired, but satisfied.
Let's build a few more scene-based examples because scenes help. Imagine you are messaging a friend in the evening.
You don't need a formal paragraph. You could write, "Long day. I've been on the go since morning, and I'm only just sitting down now."
On the go means busy and moving from one thing to another.
Or you could say, "Pretty slow day, honestly. I got through my work, but my energy was low all day."
That is honest, and honesty sounds natural. You don't always need sparkle. You need truth.
Now imagine you're in an English class, and someone says, "Tell your partner about your day."
Ah, yes, the sentence that makes many people suddenly forget their entire life.
Total memory loss. My day? I have never had one.
In that moment, keep it simple. Start with one of these frames. So far, it's been. This morning was. Today has felt. It's been a bit. Then continue.
Example. So far, it's been pretty calm. I did some work this morning, had lunch with a colleague, and now I'm here trying to wake my brain up again.
Lovely. It sounds relaxed and real.
Another one. Today has felt quite long. Nothing bad happened, but I've had a lot on my mind.
A lot on my mind means you have many thoughts or worries.
That phrase is very useful because it lets you talk about inner life, not only outer action.
And that is often what makes speech feel human. Not just what happened, but how it felt.
Let's make that even clearer. If you only say, "I had 2 meetings, then lunch, then more work," we know the schedule. But if you say, "I had 2 meetings back to back, and by lunch I already felt tired," now we know the experience.
Exactly. And experience is what people connect with.
Here's a metaphor I like. Talking about your day is a bit like choosing a few photos for a friend, not giving them your entire camera roll.
That's perfect. Choose the photos. A rushed breakfast, a quiet bus ride, a kind message, a heavy afternoon, a peaceful cup of tea at night.
Suddenly, your English becomes warmer.
And easier to remember because it belongs to your real life.
I want to tell a small story from a learner I once knew. She always answered, "My day was normal." Every single time.
A classic.
Nothing wrong with it, but it didn't help her express much. So we tried adding just one more layer. Instead of normal, she started saying things like, "Pretty normal, but a little rushed," or "Mostly normal, just a bit tiring," or "Normal, but I had one nice surprise."
That tiny change opens the door.
Yes, and after a few weeks, she sounded much more natural. Not because her grammar changed dramatically, but because her answers had texture.
Texture is a great word here. It means small differences, little layers, something you can feel.
Your day can have texture even when it is ordinary.
Another mini story. Imagine a busy adult learner who works all day, studies English in the evening, and often feels there is nothing interesting to say.
Very common.
That person might say, honestly, most weekdays are pretty similar for me. I work, deal with small problems all day, and then try to switch gears in the evening. But today felt a little better because I wasn't rushing as much.
Switch gears means change from one mode to another, from work mode to home mode, or from tired mode to study mode, if possible.
And again, notice the pattern. General truth, then today's difference.
That's such a useful strategy. Compare today with your usual routine. It was busier than usual. A bit calmer than yesterday. Better than I expected.
Comparison makes speaking easier because it gives you a frame.
Yes, and it also sounds natural because people do this all the time. We often understand our day by comparing it to another day.
Let's do a gentle recap here because this is the heart of the episode. If you want to talk about your day naturally in English, you do not need every detail. Start with the overall feeling. Add 1 or 2 moments. Use simple chunks. Include a small reaction.
And please remember, your day does not need to be impressive. I was tired. I felt scattered. I finally relaxed. It was a steady day. These are good sentences.
Very good sentences. Calm growth in English often comes from repeating useful, honest language about ordinary life.
Which is actually great news, because ordinary life happens every day. So you have practice material every day.
Exactly. Your life is already giving you content.
And if you feel shy, start tiny. 1 sentence in the morning, 1 sentence at night. This morning felt slow. I'm winding down after a long day. Little by little, your speaking becomes more flexible.
And kinder. I think that matters. Sometimes learners judge themselves because their English sounds simple.
But simple is not the enemy. Empty is the enemy. If your English is simple and real, that is strong.
I love that. Simple and real is strong.
Let's move into a vocabulary review section now. We've used a lot of helpful words and phrases, and we want to gather them in one place.
We'll keep the meanings simple and give you easy examples you can borrow.
First, rushed. It means you had to do things quickly, often with pressure. Example, my morning was rushed, so I didn't even finish my coffee.
Second, ease into. It means start something slowly and gently. Example, I like to ease into the day with tea and a few quiet minutes.
Third, packed. It means very full or very busy. Example, my schedule was packed today, so I barely looked at my phone.
Fourth, one of those days. It means a day where small problems keep happening. Example, it's been one of those days. I dropped my keys and answered the wrong email.
Fifth, catch up. It means return to the right place after falling behind. Example, I missed an hour of work, so I spent the afternoon trying to catch up.
Sixth, dragging. If a day or afternoon is dragging, it feels slow and long. Example, the meeting was fine, but the afternoon really dragged.
Seventh, all over the place. It means messy, disorganized, or not steady. Example, my thoughts were all over the place, so it was hard to focus.
Eighth, uneventful. It means nothing big or special happened. Example, it was an uneventful day, but I actually enjoyed the quiet.
Ninth, wind down. It means relax slowly at the end of the day. Example, I usually wind down by taking a shower and reading a few pages of a book.
10th, highlight. A highlight is the best or most memorable part. Example, the highlight of my day was a short walk in the sun.
Those 10 phrases can do a lot for you. If you use even 2 or 3 of them naturally, your English will already sound more relaxed.
And remember, don't try to force all of them into one conversation. That would be a very dramatic day.
My day was rushed, packed, uneventful, dragging, and also the highlight was winding down while catching up with one of those all-over-the-place afternoons.
That sounds like a puzzle, not a day.
A difficult puzzle.
So choose what fits. Let the phrase match the real feeling.
Before we finish, here's a tiny piece of homework. Tonight, or whenever your day ends, try this 4-part reflection in English.
Part 1. Give the overall feeling. Today was busy. Today felt calm. Today was a bit messy.
Part 2. Add 1 moment. The morning was rushed. Lunch was nice. The afternoon dragged.
Part 3. Add 1 detail. I spilled coffee. I had a good conversation. I finally finished something important.
Part 4. End with how you feel now. Now I'm relieved. Now I'm tired. Now I'm in a better mood.
That's it. 4 small parts. Not a performance, just a habit.
And if you want to share, you can leave us 2 or 3 sentences about your day. Try using 1 phrase from today's episode.
Maybe tell us the highlight of your day. Or tell us if it was one of those days. We'll understand either way.
We really will.
Thank you for spending this time with us. If your English sometimes feels slow, please remember that slow does not mean wrong. Slow can be thoughtful. Slow can be steady. Slow can become natural.
And if today was messy, that's okay too. Messy days still give you language. Tired days still give you language. Ordinary days are full of English if you learn to notice them.
We hope this episode helps you trust your own voice a little more.
And helps you talk about your life in a way that feels like you.
If this episode was useful, come back to After Work English, and you can share it with someone who wants their English to sound more natural and more alive.
Until next time, take care of yourself, speak gently, and let your real life be part of your English.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.